It's for the internet.
Yeah.
It's always been for the internet. That's why I record so much. That's why whenever I'm playing and wanting to do something for YouTube, my friends are always like, yes, let's do it for YouTube. And where is all this stuff coming from? I see rotted meat in the ocean and there's a floating fish that you could pick up.
Possibly died.
How does a fish die?
The drowned? The drowned are the zombies. And they die by getting tugged down by those currents. There's magma at the bottom, and you can take contact damage.
It's
So eventually
terrible.
they just die.
Fish! Where'd you put the oven?
Oh, my bad. I picked it up. I'll put it back down. There you
I
go.
wanted to cook my fish.
Go for it, buddy.
I want to cook my fish that I caught. Yummy, delicious looking. What the hell did I catch? I found a puffer fish!
Yeah, you can't cook puffer fish. Sorry, buddy.
You can't. What do you do with puffer fish?
You use them to make gill potions or something. The thing that lets you breathe underwater.
There's tropical fish, and I'm gonna burn the wood.
Do you not? No, I guess you wouldn't have coal because you didn't go mining.
And I don't have it lit.
Yeah, you can't cook tropical fish.
You can't cook tropical fish either?
No, I don't remember what tropical fish are used for.
Boo! Can I cook raw cod and raw salmon?
Yes. If it says raw, you can cook it.
Yes! What the fuck is these puffer fish for? This is so confusing.
I just told you.
I'm stupid. Leave me alone. Salmon! Yeah. I'm not gonna say yum because I actually in real life don't like fish. I actually do not like fish. I've tried fish. Well, no, I just don't like fish. I don't like the smell of fish.
That's fair.
Would you eat it?
I cannot eat fish because they are my brethren. That'd be cannibalism. Very basic house design, but you know what? It works. And that's what we're here for.
How does that work? Does that mean you wouldn't touch sushi?
Correct.
How is fish your brethren?
So in all the card games I play, I always make water decks, so we always have the thing. And it started out as a joke, right? Like, I'm the fish guy, so how could I eat fish? But I actually generally don't really like fish to begin with. So it just kind of worked out.
You're like, Mako. You're like Mako.
Yeah, that's, a lot of people have me saved in their contacts as Mako Tsunami.
Oh my god! That is funny!
I'm saved in their contacts as Mako Tsunami or Freaky Fish Guy.
Why Freaky Fish Guy?
That's his name in the, God, what is it called? In the, parody version.
Oh, you mean in the abridged version?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Don't get me
People call him Freaky Fish Guy.
Don't get me started on the abridged stuff. I have a friend on Facebook who she actually is friends on Facebook with the voice actor who does Jaden's abridged voice.
Oh, nice.
It's hilarious. It's like, oh my god, you're so lucky! Like, she has his Facebook and everything.
Nice.
It's like, oh my god. And what's crazy is she is such a big Yu-Gi-Oh fan that she actually got a hold of some of the voice actors. It was so insane that she had these screenshots that she took of her texting or having Instagram chats with these voice actors. I was like, oh my god, girl! You are blowing my mind! It's like
And
that. Like that
my one of my friends, Chris, actually proposed to his girlfriend by getting the voice actor of Vegeta to do it.
What? Oh my god! Are you
I mean, how do you say no to that, though? How do you say no?
Oh my god! Oh, I would
That's such a smart play.
I would die! Oh my god!
You don't say no to that. You're legally obligated to say yes. It's the guy that voices Vegeta.
No, you
Say
cannot
no to the Prince of Saiyans.
You cannot say no to Vegeta. No, oh my god! I would just die.
Well, obviously she said yes.
If someone did that to me, got like my favorite voice actor of all time to ask me like that, I would fucking die. I would just die. Oh my god. Then again, that would be pretty hard to narrow down because I actually do not have a favorite voice actor. Because I have not watched a lot of English dub stuff in such a long time that I could not tell you who's my favorite.
Right.
Like, if I had to say off the top of my head, I would have to say it's between. Oh God, let me see. Because that's even harder to narrow down with as few voice actors that I like from their voices alone.
Mm-hmm.
It is very complicated. Because I've watched more subbed anime in the last couple of years than anything else. And it's all because of I have to say it for the internet's sake because this voice actor turned me off of English dubbing because he had to be a part of Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5. It killed me for the dubbing.
Mm-hmm.
It killed me. I don't know the voice actor's name. All I know is he. Oh, I don't even know the character he did in Pokemon. I know it was in. I think it was in X and Y. He was in X and Y. And then he did the voice of Yuya in freaking Pokemon. I mean, in Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5. Ugh. And that killed it for me. Like, I watched it. And I had watched, like, the first couple episodes of that season of Pokemon. I had not watched that season of Pokemon all the way through at all. I watched the first couple episodes. That was it. But his voice remained in my head, and I'm like, wait a second. Why does that voice sound so familiar? And then I kept thinking. I was like, oh my god, it's Pokemon! It's like, I cannot watch it anymore. I cannot watch it after that. I cannot watch dubbing after that very much these days because of that. Because I was like, I know trying to get him down to a T, but when you have a voice actor do a character in Pokemon and then have him do one in Yu-Gi-Oh, that's all you can think of.
Yeah.
It's like, damn it! It can't keep it separated. I kept thinking I was watching Pokemon the entire time. I was like, where is Pikachu gonna come pop out at the corner at any second or something? Because it's like, oh my god. I will not hate on the voice actor. I will hate on the people choosing him to do the voice of Yu-Gi-Oh. But I am glad I did not watch Arc 5 all the way through in English, because everyone on Facebook agrees that Zark sounds horrible. He sounds horrible. And
I
it's
can
like,
neither confirm nor deny because I only watched it subbed.
yeah, I watched him subbed. I was like, he was terrible in sub too.
Yeah.
Like, what is your biggest opinion on like for the protagonist going dark? Who did it? Who did it the best, and who was undoubtedly the worst?
I don't know if there was one that I would really call like, wow, that was really good on
Which
the
one was the most
protagonist going
shocking?
dark, and the reason behind that is like it's just such an overdone trope at this point.
Well, which one was the most shocking to you?
Which was shocking to me.
Which one was shocking? Like, you had no idea that was gonna come about.
Man, I'm not sure. I don't. What in recent memory at least? None of them really.
You couldn't say.
I will say I was pleasantly surprised by Boku no Hero when they decided to not make Bakugo switch to the dark side, because I was fully expecting once he was caught by the villains that he was going to be transformed as a villain and we were going to have to go and turn him back to good and all that jazz, and I was just like, I don't really feel like dealing with that.
Oh no, I knew that wasn't gonna go that route. He is not that stupid.
It kind of would make sense for his character. He's just kind of angry all times.
He's always
angry lad.
But it doesn't mean that he's like a bad person.
Not necessarily. He's made a lot of very questionable choices.
Oh, that's true. He's
okay.
He's not.
He's almost an anti-hero. No normal hero goes, yes, I want my hero name to be Lord Explosion Murder.
Yes, I still.
Lord Murder Explosion, whatever it is. That's not just something that really an average person would say.
No, it is not. I haven't seen many instances of heroes going dark except for in Yu-Gi-Oh! Because let's face it, I don't branch out very much among anime situations anymore. I try to keep similar shit going on and everything. But if I had to say for Yu-Gi-Oh! The most annoying had to have been Yuya's, because you screwed up 3 semi-cool characters in order for that to come about. Because Yuya, blank slate, I did not like him. Yugo, he was cool. Yuto is the coolest asshole I ever met. He is so awesome. And Yuri, I love to hate.
Understandable.
You messed them up by doing this villain bullshit and having them be one person. It's like, boo. I wanted to have Yuri still be the bad guy, but still be a half-ass redeemable bad guy, because he was so awesome. I did not want a fully fledged out bad guy. As much as it killed me for all the female characters that were involved in that, and only have 2 of them even be shineable or even be cool at all, it still sucked, because I wanted to see more female characters. That was the first time we had a bunch of female characters, and you wasted it.
None of them did anything.
Yes, it was wasted.
Yeah.
Plus, their decks would have been so cool, because we do pick duels on Facebook.
A what?
We call them pick duels for group chats. It's where you get the cards from the internet and you play like you're doing a duel. Same rules apply and everything. And I always use the the Melodious deck because I just love it. It is such a cool deck. And the Lunar Lights are such a cool...
Lunalights are nuts. They have a lot of really good combos you can do with them.
I know, and they're such cool decks. And if they hadn't screwed up Rin and Lulu, we would have had cool decks from them too. We only have a handful of cards from them, and it's so
And it was mostly just filler cards.
I know.
It's actually mildly ironic considering the Fusion Lunalight card was used in a turn... Was it a turn 1 kill? I think it was a turn 1 kill, yeah.
And it's so disappointing. We get cool we get cool chances to have cool female decks, and it gets wasted because they don't appreciate the female characters that much. It's saddening. I can't have an opinion about Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s because I refuse to watch it. I do know it has a handful of female characters in it, and that they actually do stuff, which is a shame.
So.
Which is a shame because of the dueling style they had to pick for that damn series. If they had dropped the normal dueling style for that series, I probably would have watched it. But no, you have to learn a whole new dueling style just in order to follow the show, and it's ridiculous. It's annoying, it's ridiculous, and nobody likes it. Like I have a dueling club / GC or group chat on Facebook, and everybody agrees that Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s was stupid for having changed the formula of dueling just for that show. It is ridiculous. It makes no sense to have only a 3-card field and a 3-card spell and trap card slots as well. And all your cards that you know and love are changed because of the way they set up the game. It is terrible. It is horrible, and I do not appreciate that. It makes me fearful of what they're going to do with the next running of the show, because by God, they made the age group for the series even younger than it has been in ages. Freaking 12-year-olds. You know nothing happens to 12-year-olds. Nothing interesting happens to 12-year-olds. It's just boring. I'm sorry. We're not gonna get any of the cool, complete bad over complete good in that. We're not gonna get that very much. It's like trying to compare that with Beyblade, and Beyblade did not have a lot of that either. But at least Beyblade was fun with what it had in itself.
All I can think of Beyblade anymore is the fact that Moses parted the Red Sea using a Beyblade.
What?
Like, that is a legitimate thing that you can look up, and it is from, like, the actual anime. That it is canon in the Beyblade universe that Moses parted the Red Sea with a motherfucking Beyblade. That is the greatest lore I think I've ever heard. Ever.
That is the most ludicrous thing
implying
I've
that
ever
Jesus
heard.
himself could have possibly used Beyblades.
That...
Do what you will with that information. Hello, Mr. Lama. Goodbye, Mr. I don't know if you've watched that far into Beyblade, but yeah. It does happen.
Which one is this? Which Beyblade is this?
That I don't remember.
Because, Christ almighty, the last thing of Beyblade I saw... Oh, God. The protagonist he had red, spiky hair, he wore a bandana, and he mostly wore blue and white. That is all I can tell you. And that my favorite character from that was actually his rival, who freaking who freaking reminds me of Koga from Inuyasha. I think his name was, what was it? Kyoya? I think his name was Kyoya. That's the only thing I remember. And he was cool. It is so sad. That is so little I remember Beyblade. I used to watch Beyblade when I think I was in freshman year of high school, and I was watching Beyblade. And I did not watch Beyblade before that.
Alright, I'm gonna send you this clip, and you can watch it. I don't remember what it's from.
Oh my god. Like, I can already see
Or which
it.
one it's from.
And it's ironic when you say that, because like, a couple weeks ago, me and my mom were watching the Ten Commandments and watching Moses part the Red Sea. I was like, oh my god, this really happened? This really happened. That is some crazy, crazy shit, man. Like, I could believe God doing something like that, but that's a far reach for me. Like, you would have to perform that in front of me for me to be believing like that, because I would.
I mean, they said that about the 10 plagues, but we've actually managed to scientifically prove how they could happen.
Is that true?
Yeah. Therefore, all God would have had to do was, so they were all caused as after effects of a volcano erupting. So all God would have to do is making a volcano erupt, and that shouldn't be that difficult.
It depends on where the volcano would even have to erupt to even have a situation like that occur. Because if you have that kind of situation happen somewhere farther away, it's not going to really affect everywhere.
No, yeah.
You would have to have like 10 volcanoes erupting at once, all over the place, for it to actually affect anything.
No, what? No. You underestimate the power behind a singular volcano.
Well, a singular volcano can do a lot of damage. It can reshape a freaking island, for God's sake, but...
Yeah, it can wipe cities off the map.
I know exactly what happened to Pompeii, damn it.
Yeah.
Oh, God. But, let's see. The worst... let me see. The worst one for me for Hero going bad, it had to have been Jaden from GX. That one was the worst one for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was in middle school when I saw all of GX. And let me tell you, it was some hard balling that day because I binged it all on my computer, watching it from YouTube or from the internet or wherever. And, well, at the time, I didn't know that sub-anime was a thing. So, I thought it was just a massive cliffhanger where they left it off in the English.
Yikes.
I was like, what? What the hell? This is the end of it? I'm like confused as hell, and for like months I couldn't figure out what happened until I looked up on the internet. There was a season 4 for Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, and I was like, wait, there's a season 4? And I started watching. I'm like, oh my god, there's more! There's more to this shit! Why isn't this spread out everywhere where you can find it? I was like,
do you mind closing the door?
I was
Front door.
I was so confused because
Thank you.
I was so confused because when I was a kid, I did not know much on subbed anime very well. The only subbed anime I saw when I was even younger was Vampire Knight.
Mm-hmm.
That was the only time I ever saw subbed anime. And before, and that was it. I didn't know at the time that full seasons of animes could not be finished for the English dubbing. It made me sad. Because it's like, Because it's like if you're seeing GX on TV and you don't see the continuation of that bit, you're confused as hell unless you're looking on the internet. And thank God the internet was around when that was a thing, because
Right.
that is just distraughting, and it distraught me greatly. But seeing Jaden turn like that, it was jarring for me as a kid,
Mm-hmm.
because it was one of the for me, technically, I didn't see the full series of the original Yu-Gi-Oh until much later. Like, I caught episodes of it on TV, but I never saw
Right.
the full ending until years later when I bought DVDs. And when I saw in season 4 of the original Yu-Gi-Oh that scene with him with Yami battling Raphael, I bawled my eyes out for a good hour. And every time I saw him start crying, I was like, oh my god, I can't keep watching. I would literally start tearing up every time I saw him. Like, it was so painful to watch. I never had emotional reaction like that ever, with me feeling so much pain for a character. It was awful, and just talking about it right now, I'm choking up. Like, to this day, it chokes me up bad. Like, I have trouble rewatching the whole series because I dread seeing that one scene, and it kills me to hell. I don't know, you think it's probably hilarious, right?
I don't know. I've never had like emotions like that towards like it's very rare for an anime to make me cry. Like, what's the one that made me cry the most? Violet Evergarden made me cry like a little bitch. I will admit to that, right?
That one made me cry.
Oh, absolutely, because it was basically just designed to tear you apart emotionally, and that's absolutely fine. It made you feel like emotionally attached to all the characters, and that's a very good thing for a series to try and do when it goes off successfully. There's a lot of times where it goes haywire,
yeah. Did you ever see the movie called A Silent Voice?
Yes, that's another really good movie.
That is a really good movie. I will admit, I love that movie so much. I watched it 5 times. I cried every single time I watched it, but I will still not get enough watching it because of how beautiful it was.
Yeah, that was another very well done movie.
Like it.
I've definitely cried a few times at some of the Studio Ghibli's movies because they're very, very well made.
I know those are some good movies. I can cry at certain movies. Like, for some reason, every time I watch the original Yu-Gi-Oh, I can't watch it all the way through because that one scene always gets me really hard, and it's like I can't even try watching it. Like, I can rewatch some of it, but I'll get to the point where I'm like, I can't watch this. Also, I found out in the subs of the original Yu-Gi-Oh that there was actually potential for there was actually a chemistry between Yugi and Yami, and it shocked me. Like,
chemistry is the word I would use for that.
I thought it was kind of funny because the way the sub puts it, it's clever. Like, you think there's stuff hidden there. There's it's like a hidden chemistry there. Like, I always assumed it, even watching the dubbed, because the way season 4 treated it, it was like, yeah, there's some thing bubbling under the surface, and nobody wants to say it.
It always seemed to me that they eventually stopped fighting each other and came to accept each other.
And it's like,
But anything past that, I would probably disagree with.
no, I could not disagree with it, because I just thought, because the way they put it, especially in the sub, I saw in this clip thing my friend sent me from the sub. It was in the episodes leading up to the final episode, like when they're they're either about to travel or they're going to get on the boat, and him and Yami are talking, and Yami said something like, I would give up all my memories to stay here or whatever, something like that. I can't remember what exactly because it was little clips that my friend had. It wasn't clips, it was mostly like screenshots of what they were saying. And I don't remember a lot of it, but the one thing I saw was, I give up my memories.
And yeah, Yami Yugi had grown attached to the modern day. And he'd grown attached to all the friends he had made.
Yeah, I thought it was amazing. Like, I would read a ton of those two shipping. Oh my god, there's a traveler in the water.
That sounds terrifying.
What?
Oh, there's a traveling merchant, yeah. The reading shippings for them.
Why?
Because they live in the same body.
No, it's like
That's self-cess.
What if shit? Come on! I don't want to hear that from you. As I hit the village, I was trying to hit you. It's like, I don't want to hear that. It's like, it's kind of romantic. It's like trying to ship, like, I swear there is a fan base for this. It is people shipping Jaden with Jesse, and I can totally agree with that. Because that is some awesome bro ship right there, man. I will agree, some of the shipping is a little optional because there is lack of female characters in all the Yu-Gi-Oh series. So basically the Yu-Gi-Oh series is built to be a yaoi fanship right there, man.
You have arguably one of the better female leads in GX, though, with Alexis Rhodes. Granted, they really power crept her for no apparent reason.
Not as bad as they did in Arc 5. I don't even want to hear that shit. She did absolutely bullshit.
What deck was she using in Arc 5? I vaguely remember it was a deck that should have been really good, but for some reason they made it out to be bad.
I don't even remember her dueling, man. That's how vague.
I want to say it was Necroz.
I don't even remember her dueling.
And they did Necroz like super fucking dirty. Like that deck wasn't insane and had to have several cards banned from it. Like, wait, hold on.
Like, I don't even remember her dueling. That's how bad it was. But not as bad, not as dirty as they did Aster. Aster never won any of his duels, and it was so sad.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
He was pretty, like, me and my friends had this entire conversation about who is the worst copy of themselves from the other series. And to me, I still think they're all pretty bad. I thought they did Crow really dirty, especially with that Beastmaster dude. Like, he could have so beaten him. And it was pathetic. I'm sorry. I love Crow as a character. Crow was the only reason I watched Arc 5, and they did him so dirty. It was so embarrassing. Like,
oh, you're welcome to make your own room, by the way.
I was like, you ruined my favorite character. You did him stupidly dirty. They did Jack just fine, I think. I think he was like the best copy out of everyone. And that's because they kept him so close to his original character. They hardly changed anything.
Just don't change him. Like, that's all you had to do.
You didn't even have to change the other character. You didn't even have to make Aster bad. He could have been fine as hell. but you screwed that up. I think Jack and Kite were the only two that did not change at all.
Right.
Because they still had the same smart mouth. They still had the same attitude. They still had the same awesome decks. Like there was nothing wrong with them. Why did you have to change all the other characters? Why couldn't you have kept them the same? Why couldn't you made them cooler by given them different decks? Like, I don't even I think Crow had the same damn deck, except they extended the Blackwings and added more cards, which is ridiculous because I was looking at all the Blackwing cards. There's like over 100 cards now for that damn deck alone.
Yeah, it's one of Konami's most well-received decks, I would say is the right way to put it, and therefore they keep printing support for it.
They print a lot of support for it, but now with cards nowadays, you have trouble with that deck because several friends of mine, they're like, don't use Blackwings. There's a lot of hand destroyers or deck destroyers now that can totally beat Blackwings, and it's embarrassing. Like, you make so much...
You still make an okay Blackwing deck. You just have to...
You just have to what? Your mic cut out.
First, it's very hard to play them going second. But I would say also there's a lot of decks right now where it's like if you don't go first, you're going to struggle a lot.
Yeah, I will say that's a major thing because I dueled a lot of my friends and they've all either used a different deck at some point. I will tell you one thing. My friend Merrick, he is a beast with the Egyptian Gods deck, and it is a pain in the ass to beat him. Whether he goes first or you go second, you are gonna have a tough time anyway because he has this spell card that allows him to tribute your monsters in order to summon Ra, and it's a bitch.
Soul Swap?
Huh?
Soul Swap?
I think that's it.
But
no,
Ra
I don't think it's that card. I think that's another card. I can't remember the card.
Ra?
Yeah, Ra. Winged Dragon of Ra.
The OG Winged Dragon of Ra, or like the the GX.
No, the
one that's not a Divine Beast.
Oh no, the OG.
The OG, yeah. There's several cards that. Oh, you're thinking Winged Dragon of Ra Sphere mode.
No,
that's what you're thinking of.
No, it's not Sphere mode. It's not Sphere mode at all. He uses.
It tributes 3 of your cards.
No, he uses a spell card he activates a spell card that allows him to tribute using your monsters in order to summon Winged Dragon of Ra onto the field. I do not know what the spell card is called. I've forgotten, and he actually ended up banning the deck from being used in the group chat because nobody could beat it. Me?
Bro, I'll face it. I'll beat it.
You could beat it.
I do this like semi-professionally. I'll be all right.
How many tournaments have you won?
I don't I haven't been to a tournament in years.
Well, how many have you won? Because my friend Merrick, he defends this to the death. He has won 17 tournaments using Phantom Knights.
I mean, winning a regionals isn't.
I don't know if it's regionals
that.
or if it's just city.
Yeah, I wouldn't count that. Like, if I was talking like, oh, how many locals have I won? Oh. Yeah, we're talking the hundreds.
Oh my god, dude.
Like, that's not difficult. And the shop that I go to, Collector's Haven, one of the guys that goes there, Tyree, anyone that watches the video is free to look him up. He's like, he's massive in the Yu-Gi-Oh world. He's won several YCSs. Like, we have a lot of genuinely talented people at the shop that know what the fuck they're doing.
Dude. Okay, I want your full, honest opinion on this before I go to bed and end the video. What is your opinion? What was your opinion on the fact that people were trying to get a petition going for Yu-Gi-Oh to be an Olympic sport?
Excuse you?
That was the
Like,
thing.
not as a joke, just like as a legitimate, like, yeah, we want this to be.
Yes, that was a legitimate thing going on. There was some amount of people signing the petition for that to happen.
I don't understand how you'd even make that work.
I don't know how that would make that work either. Unless you had the hologram technology from the freaking Yu-Gi-Oh franchise, it would not be entertaining as hell.
No, it's incredibly boring to watch. Anyone that's ever, like, if you play Yu-Gi-Oh and you watch Yu-Gi-Oh, it's hype as shit. But if you don't play Yu-Gi-Oh, it looks really stupid.
It does look really stupid. If you were to play it, if you were able to experience it the hologram way, like in the anime, that would be awesome as shit. But if you just had it where it was straightforward, people sitting at tables doing the cards, that is boring as shit.
Yeah. Like, so like oh god, it's a...
So it makes no point to have it as that, you know?
Yeah.
So it's clearly a stupid idea. Whoever came up with that was really reaching for the stars of stupidity at that point.
Yeah, and to say the point about the guy that said he's, like, super good, that sounds really strong, but when you consider a lot of decks today, including the one I run a water deck that hand loops. So, like, imagine starting your hand, right? Your opponent, like, goes first, they play their hand, they make their board, and you start your turn with, like, one card in hand.
Yeah.
Explain to me how you come back.
I don't think you could come back.
It's insane.
It is very insane. Some of these decks...
Before the most recent ban list hit down, I had a one-card combo that would, net me Toad and Calamities with only one card. So I'd still have 5 cards left in my hand to do whatever or 4 cards left in hand to do whatever I wanted with.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you also ripped, was it 2 or 3 cards in the process? I think it was 3 cards in the process of doing the loop, of doing the setup. It's nuts. Now Calamities is banned, and what's the other one that's banned? There's one more from the combo that's banned, but it's still insane that you could do it.
That is crazy shit, man. Very crazy shit.
I will stand by the statement that, like, I love Yu-Gi-Oh! Through and through, but it's the most degenerate card game ever.
Why?
It genuinely brings out the worst in people. If there is a way to make something infinite, that's what people will play.
That's terrible to say, though. Especially when it's so good.
I can't place a ladder on glass. Good to know. That makes things a little awkward.
Though.
What is?
It's so good, though.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, yeah, no. I played today. I had an absolute blast playing a fun vampire deck that I really need to update.
A vampire deck?
Well, yeah. I have all kinds of decks. I have, I don't know, 10 Yu-Gi-Oh! Decks built.
Oh my god.
Most of them aren't worth a whole lot of money. The water one's definitely worth, like, 1K.
Oh my god!
But that's only because I am retarded and decided, like, yeah, let me build max rarity water real quick, because that's my passion.
My friend, Merrick, he has a friend who gave him a Crystal Beast deck.
Oh god, max rarity Crystal Beast is also very freaking expensive. I looked into building that. Because the deck looks absolutely gorgeous, but it's just not worth it. The deck doesn't do anything! But all the cards are worth a lot of money, so, you know, that's
Of course they're all worth a lot of money. They're freaking crystal monsters. It's amazing. Gotta love those crystal beasts. They're so cool.
Alright, let's do that.
Honestly, when I was watching GX, the Crystal Beast deck became my favorite deck because it looks so damn cool. And
I mean, that's the way it was for a lot of people. It looks absolutely stunning. It's so cool to just look at.
It's not very easy to play, though.
It's not too difficult if you, like, once you get your head wrapped around it. It's open Pegasus or have a bad time, roughly. Or a way to get to Pegasus, at least.
Yeah, because Pegasus, we all know Pegasus is the best one in that deck, and if you don't have Pegasus as you are going to have a hard time. Unless you manage to somehow summon Rainbow Dragon.
They're slowly making it, like, a little more manageable to summon Rainbow Dragon, but I'd say it's still at the point right now where, like, unless you get a super good hand, your best bet is getting the God, I don't even remember what it's called. It's some battle trap that lets you summon Rainbow Dragon.
Oh god, I never heard of
and,
it.
And you summon the fusion one instead with it, I think.
Oh,
so, there's that.
I saw the fusion one. That is a weird concept for one.
Yeah. But at the same time, I mean, there's a reason why... Well, actually, it probably dropped because of reprints. But stuff like Crystal Bond and Rainbow Bridge were like $20, $30 when they came out because they were insane support cards and they made the deck so much more consistent.
Exactly, probably. I don't know. I stopped collecting cards since Zexal came out. I only had the first few runs of those Xyz monsters, and that was about it. I did not collect very much afterwards. I am gonna start trying to collect again because for either my birthday or Christmas, I found something on Amazon. It's 100 cards in a mystery box. So it's like you get 100 Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Some of them are limited, and it's all random. So it's like I don't even have to.
What's a lot?
Oh no, it wasn't a lot. It was actually $20.
No, like a lot of cards. Like people sell them in lots.
Oh no, it wasn't a lot. It was just a random mystery box on Amazon. Like
that's. I mean, go ahead and go for it, but like, I feel like you're not gonna get much out of it.
Oh, I don't even care. I just want to start collecting somewhere because I haven't collected in years, and I kind of think I misplaced my other cards anyway. Like, I have them in binders, but they're laying somewhere around my house where I'm not really sure if I remember where I put them. The only thing I kept really close to me was the box that I think you or the other Zach told me about. It was the one involving the original Yu-Gi-Oh series and all the Yu-Gi decks in it.
Oh, okay.
That's the only one I kept really close to me because that was my memories and that was one of my favorite things because I loved all those cards.
Right.
That was the only.
Oh, you said you had leather?
I had one leather.
Do you mind giving me it? You don't have to. You don't want to.
I have it. I just tried to see if I can get it to. Where is it? Drop. Come on. There you go.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the only thing I kept really close to me because it was one of my favorite things. It's still my favorite thing. It's at the bottom of my bookcase. And I love it so much. It's one of my favorite things. I mostly stopped collecting because, well, when Zexal came out, I was in freshman of high school, and we had a card gaming club at school, and this was like my third time going. I was trading a bunch of my cards, and I had them in tins and such, and I had them spread out.
As you do.
I had like 3 tins spread out on a table, and someone somehow managed to steal my most special set of them, which had a lot of my, which were rare cards at the time. It was a bunch of my rare cards, and someone stole that.
Oh boy.
Like, I had the Malefic Truth Dragon that at the time you could get it from the Shonen Jump magazine of the issue of Bonds Beyond Time was on the logo, was on the cover of the magazine. And that was one of my cards. And then I had the playable Obelisk and Ra in that set of cards as well. And there was a few other ones. I can't remember what other ones I had in that, but that got me not to collect anymore because it was really upsetting for me to lose all those cards and not remember any of them. The only reason I remember the Malefic Truth Dragon was because it was the first card on the set when you picked it up.
This isn't gonna work.
And it depressed the hell out of me. But anyway, it's 11 p.m. and I'm gonna go to bed.
Alright, I'll shut down the server here in a second.
Yay, that was fun. Great talking. Great shit for the internet.